So I would carry this piece, and you
Far.
can't get too far because this is in the way.
Yeah.
I wonder how. Anyhow, we want to come ahead if we can.
Okay.
And plug weld, because we don't just want our joint here.
Yeah.
This one's important.
Okay.
Well, they're all important.
They're all
You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll figure out how long a piece we can get in without running into that issue.
Are we gonna put something along this? We don't need anything this
I
way.
don't think we do. This isn't doing much by the ladder. So you're gonna have something there, and you're gonna have a piece here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go up there. I mean, you could. We're gonna have well, no, we're gonna have a very short inner because this is window.
Right.
And again, we'll decide how that looks.
Yeah.
after we
We'll
get there.
have these here.
Right?
Go there. That one up there.
Yeah.
And then the one along here.
Yeah. And I think like this is 16 gauge, double layered. I mean, there's nothing wrong with putting one there.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, you're probably right. Err on the side of caution. And then you want to put one here.
Yeah.
And I would say that.
So then this one's gonna go like that.
I would put it vertical. What do you think? I just think stronger
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah.
Because that's where the force is going to be.
Yeah.
And we can give it a slight curve if you want, just over a couple blocks of wood. You've done that with the square tubing. You put it on 2 blocks and pound it.
Oh, I have a ring roller that will bend.
Yeah, of course you do.
I love my ring roller. It'll bend like 1/8 thick square
Yeah.
tubing. Like into like 8-foot rings if I wanted it to. Awesome. I
I have
love
a
it.
hand-operated 1-inch tubing.
Pardon?
bender. I have a hand-operated 1-inch tubing bender.
Yeah.
And it works great.
yeah.
But I got a 10-foot snipe and on the back of my big English wheel. So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Hey Blair, did you say you were gonna do something with this corner, or can I cut that straight to match? Put that straight
Oh, no,
down?
yeah, go ahead.
And then,
Yep.
what do you want?
I would just cut this off square.
Yeah.
And once you get that cut off, and once we have these pieces in, we're gonna lay down the floor just to have it look.
Okay. Ready?
Yep, just cut it off. out gravity. Here, I'll trade you ends just because I weigh a lot more. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay, let's try that. That's so cool. Lincoln.
Just has to lay right in the way.
Oh yeah.
That's his favorite.
Absolutely. Wow.
Close.
Very.
It needs to be arched more right here, I think.
Oh yeah. Well. Geez.
Like, I mean, it fits good here, but if it's arched more, I'd bring this. Well, and actually, this is moving.
That whole
so.
cab corner moved in a lot. So that's why once she gets the inners welded up, then we can set this gap with 27 and 3/8 and we know we're in far enough. But it does make it difficult for our fit. So we're talking just this last little bit. And I wonder, can't really do that with the wheel.
Okay, once you get it tacked on, kind of hammer dolly that over
Oh,
more.
you could, yes. But if we could just, I tell you what, I'm gonna put in a sharp wheel. Our
And we're
sharpest.
just gonna run.
Once.
I like that.
Let's see what happens. Like, what do we need? We need a little more. Let's do a bit more on the pipe. I'm trying to decide, like, do we do some there?
Well, I mean, this does fit really well. It's just like this needs to be. Well, I think we're making it too sharp too. Like, it really has to be bent just in this edge. I feel like we're
Okay, so
starting
if
to
we-
make this round too sharp.
Okay, so if we roll this here.
Do you want to hold it back up there?
Yep. Without clamping it, just hold it. And have it. I see what you're saying.
See, like we're gonna get too sharp of a bend.
Well, actually, if we rolled it here a little more, that would come in.
Yeah.
But this needs to be brought out. And that's our issue here. So if we go back over that pipe, we'll see if we can bend this a little more.
Okay.
Here, hold that in. I'm talking about it. It's a good thing to understand what I mean instead of what I say. Is that something we teach you in school?
These old guys are gonna be weird, just figure out what they want, because they don't know.
Like, I just spend so much time hanging out with old guys. It's just. It's true.
Okay. Let's try that before we do anything else. Okay, so the top, this fits a lot better. And this fits a lot better. So what we need is we need a tiny more roll.
Wow, I got like that.
So right about here, this line, if we rolled out of here more, right
Yeah.
at this line. And then maybe a bit here.
Yeah, I think a little bit more here.
Yeah,
That's
and you
kind of
know,
flat. It's flat right here, but it's round over here. We just,
So
I think
that's-
we just didn't get far enough over.
that's because I made too small a piece. I couldn't roll right to the edge.
Yeah.
You can see there's no tracks, so you're right.
Yeah.
So let's do a little bit here with the high crown wheel. Then we'll put the low crown. What's in there right now? We got the low crown, so let's do this spot here first. Push down the handle just to see how that goes. Is it working for you there?
Yeah. Sure.
A little
Close.
farther.
Yeah.
Just,
Okay, that's good.
yeah?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. Let's try that. Because it didn't need much.
Right, okay.
Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect.
That's actually a big difference. Okay, so now I want to go as close as we can to here to roll that back. And I'll change wheels. So I'm quite curious if there's some shorter step. Okay, so now we're gonna go right here. We're on the top here. Oh yeah, no, we want to be here.
Go. Oh my dog. That's so annoying.
Did he get out again?
He got out again, he was like way down the road, and then I had to get one of my other neighbors to go pick him up, because this little old lady.
Oh my. So, just a little more right to the edge. So what do you have to do, a bunch of welding jobs now to make your neighbors all warm and fuzzy?
Pretty much perfect on this side.
Yep, and there's a little more here I could do, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go, that's pretty good. So now what I wanna do, we have to mark, we're gonna try to break the rocker panel.
Okay.
So it's all one piece. So we have to clamp this in place so we
mark
can
it
make
out.
our marks. So if you can grab vice grip there and try to clamp it down here somewhere. Yep. Perfect. Here's. The other ones. Oh, they're all back here. Hey, Lincoln. Nice to drop by. You're gonna pout all day till Dad gets home? Yeah.
Yep.
Here we got it all separated. With all braced up nicely. We've done 27 3/8, right?
Yeah.
So you or me, you're gonna make up the other side now that I've learned it the wrong way. So you can make up the one for the other side today. We have to cut out these body lines, I think, off the other cab with a section of roof, because using part of the old roof, it's not gonna be long enough because some of it's coming from the front where it's narrow. So we gotta cut the back of the other cab out with a bit of roof skin on it.
Alright.
And Rachel, when she gets here, has already cut some parts to brace up the floor of the cab. The thing is, we cut it. Now I want to raise the front a little bit and the back a little bit, and then we weld it together, and it'll sit perfectly. So right now, I've just cut a piece of steel. I'm going to raise up the front of the cab a hair, see what it looks like. I'm trying to follow this line and this line, you know, everything
Yeah.
to make it look. And it should all be a little this way and this way. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do. But eventually it's gonna look really cool. We have today, we have tomorrow. And we're legally allowed half a day after that because Mike cost us half a freaking day.
Alright.
So first things first, I'm gonna need a hand lifting up the front of the cab, put a spacer in.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go out at the other cab and figure out which parts you think you can steal out of that cab for this, for up in here. Perhaps for here.
Guess we're gonna have to make new inner structures too, hey? Like,
Yes, we gotta do the tin work in here. I was going to save that for after because when we weld this outer,
yeah.
may take it, may oxyacetylene, and then we can dolly it, hammer weld it. I'm not sure. I don't claim to know how a job like this is gonna go. We go and learn as we go. So yes, we will do that too. When we're done, it'll be a super solid structure. And it's gotta be, because it's gotta be picked off this frame and sat on another one, and everything has to stay just right. So for now, yeah, let's rock and roll, and we need a big spoon. And
So what do you...
we're gonna try to get this underneath that.
Okay.
But I'm not sure how we're gonna lift this up and do that.
Like, can we... I guess that's...
Yeah, but this is the piece we want to put in. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's not really
Would it work if we just put a jack on?
Oh, well, yeah, but that's kind of freaking boring. Wash your fingers, real good. Can you tap that in?
Needs to go up just a little bit more.
Shit, I need to hammer my shit in. Ooh. Whack it. Yes. And now we'll try this again over here. Damn. Okay. Let's see. Oh. That's not working. What was your plan?
The jack?
That's boring.
Yeah, okay.
It's called Work Smarter, Not Harder, Blair.
Where's the floor jack?
Fuck out.
Yeah, I got her.
Hey, does your body line look any better?
A little bit.
Yes. It's subtle, but it's definitely. Yeah, good. Let's throw that. Where did you have that before? Up here?
But I think this rail does kind of dive down a bit.
Yes. And you can see it's tighter here, so we can tap
Yeah.
that up. But I mean, in general,
Yeah.
I think that's
pretty
what we
good.
want. But we're not going to know until we have earpieces
Yeah.
to go in here. And that wasn't much. Like that was 3/16 or a quarter. What I'm worried about is the pieces holding it, flattening out before we get it
Fair enough.
supported. So, let's go have a look at this one. Look at this. We got a measuring tape, we got a felt pen. I just had a freaking felt pen.
You already took mine. So.
I know. It was right here. It's probably Rachel's. She's not here.
There's another brown one here too.
Oh, great. Give her the crappy one.
Lincoln, are you watching for Mormon?
So, we need 27 inches. Oh, damn.
Well, do we really need 27 inches? Because the tops of those doors.
That's true. We can use it. So we only need a bit to make up the difference where it starts to curve
Yeah.
down. Right. Okay. Good
So
point.
I'll cut out from where it starts to curve to where it starts to curve on that side.
Right.
And then how far up on the roof skin do you want to go?
Well, because now we're only doing part of it, it's almost unnecessary. I would say cut down low. We're not going to take this part of the roof. We're going to cut across.
Okay.
So I suppose you're right. Just take some of it. 2.5 inches.
So you want me to cut up here, or do you want me to
Yeah,
cut here?
here. No, we'll do that. We can trim it easier once it's off if
Draw
we
your
need to.
draw a line just so there's no confusion.
Oh, so it's my fault.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just so if you tell me 5 minutes later that you actually wanted it different, I can say that you drew the fucking line.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to pop this window out.
Yeah.
And yeah, you'll have to use the sawzall to get right through that.
Yeah.
Can you think of other things? Okay, well, we do have to cut 28 inches out of the roof, which means, well, you're out here. Yeah.
Should I just cut off the whole thing together?
Well, yeah, I suppose, but down here,
Yeah.
You're gonna cut right at the bottom.
All right.
And then go up to about here. And that leaves her this in case she wants to use that as a repair panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't have rust on the outer.
Yeah, it's just from the inner.
But
There's
it'll
a
make
little
it
bit.
really easy for her to get this piece.
Yeah.
It's gonna work out good for her. So yes, you could do that
Okay.
while you're out here. And get us those 2 chunks. Then I'm trying to decide. We don't have a bottom line, like this line here.
Do you just want the inner for the roof, not the? I mean the outer, not the inner.
Yeah, try not to hack
The inner.
the inner. And so now we have. Who's that?
It was red. That's all I saw. Red roof.
57 Chevy?
Might have been.
Mm.
I only saw the roof. Sick.
So we're also going to need. Is that a Volkswagen?
I didn't see what it was.
Huh,
I
okay.
just saw like a red slate roof going down and the noise it made.
Okay. We're gonna need this line, aren't we?
This one?
Yes, we're gonna need some of it
Why?
because we're taking the bottom of the door
Oh yeah.
and it curves up.
Oh, okay.
We need it to carry on. So I would say at the bottom, and we're not gonna need a big chunk of this. Wait, is this gonna? No, it's no freaking. Ooh, it's freaking close. We don't care. So,
Okay.
and you probably just need the one piece. Right? And then we can add that little chunk to both doors. Again, having a lot more time, we might be making that piece up on our own with the bead roller, and we still might. But if you can get all this stuff in there,
Yeah.
then we can hold it up and see what the hell we're doing.
Sounds good. Perfect.
All right. That's a good one, actually.
This one's actually,
Better than the other one.
yeah. Well, no, this one's got a chip in it. Or is that a chip? Yeah, it's a tiny chip.
Well, we should probably save it for now because when you tint them, everything shows up.
Yeah.
And this, they all are going to have a few scratches. But if we're trying to be on a budget for now.
Should I just put this in here for now?
Sure. Yeah. Far up. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you're gonna have to hack the inner. What we did do is we lifted up the front of the cab a 1/4 inch
Yeah.
to give it a little arc. When they cut limousines, they cut it and then and
Right.
weld in the middle.
Yeah.
Just so it sits right. A lot of times they go too far. It's hilarious to see. So that's what we're up to. I just cut a big piece for the floor pan.
Okay.
We can bead roll it. It's gonna need a few breaks, but I just thought I'd get ahead of the game trying to get some of this stuff ready for you.
Perfect.
And
Again, I'm late. But
yeah,
But I'm here now.
I see a trend developing. Speaking
I
of
have
trends,
children that needed attention and then construction. But I'm here now for staying here the whole weekend, so it's
Okay.
rental. So I
Okay.
can stay as late as I need to. I can get here as early as I want to. So
okay.
take full advantage of the weekend.
I'm hoping by the end of today that, we're welding these pieces in and well on our way. She's cutting out a bunch of stuff
Yeah, I
for
saw
you.
that.
This is sort of the day.
Oh, I got
And
one
then,
piece.
like you said yesterday, the quicker we get this done, maybe we can
You
do
can
some
do a
CAD
few of the
whatever,
small-
right?
yeah.
That's being optimistic.
It is,
But
but
that's who we are.
that, yeah. I'm all about the optimism.
All right.
I love that around here.
Okay.
That's so good.
So yes, I'm just right now. Well, come over here and I'll show you. This is the piece I just shoved in. To lift these 2
Okay.
points up, and so I cut this piece.
Oh, did it drop?
Well, when I looked down,
Yeah.
it was maybe belly just a hair. But I
yeah.
want to go over,
Right.
and we'll all decide together once we get ready to put things together.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've measured the piece, the floor,
Yeah.
butt weld there, and lap weld here with some plug welds.
Okay.
So we would trim this back to be a nice neat edge.
Right,
Right. And then we can break it to come down to the edges.
Okay.
You know, down here, it'll only come to about here.
Yeah.
Then right now I'm breaking up a piece that goes like this.
Perfect.
And again, right now I'm just running them wild.
Okay.
We trim them to fit.
Yeah. It's just to get bracing and support in here.
Well, this is to rough the pieces in to save a bunch of dicking around
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
I don't want to be in your way while you're putting in your supports.
Okay.
We need to go over where to put supports.
Mm-hmm.
If you use your piece here, some of the things that come to mind are like a natural.
Yeah. Do you want it to go under there and under both sides?
Yeah, we can go
Matter?
over top, it doesn't matter. What
Okay.
we want is this supported
Supported.
very well.
Okay.
When we go to weld that in, we have to make sure, just see how much movement there is?
Yeah.
We gotta make sure we have a nice gap to the inner door.
Right.
Because that's a common problem is the inner door rubs the pillar.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna take care of that.
Yeah.
Then we could bend a piece of 1 inch to go up here
Okay.
and then transfer this across.
Right.
Up in here, we probably wanna grind off that lip
Yeah.
so we can lay a piece of 1x2 flat.
Okay.
Now it's not doing a whole lot at the back here.
Yeah.
But that's why I thought we'd tie it in with 1 inch
Yeah.
on this seam. And again, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're a fabricator.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Okay. So,
Do we? Yeah, so that's actually probably the perfect height for having a window in here too.
yeah, because we can
Not
see
too
we're
high.
doing
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that way we're good
Okay.
for height wise. We don't mess it up. She's cutting out this molding.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
just cut out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I don't know how we're gonna piece that together, and we don't have to. We'll figure it out as we go, right?
That's perfect.
This, I was thinking, wow, we could have done this if we thought we needed
Yeah,
it.
I was thinking that as well.
But, and that's, so, yeah, if you want to, I mean, that's
Just for some
overkill.
extra support.
Because I'm going 16 gauge on the floor.
Okay.
Outers are 18.
Yeah.
So when I bend this piece up, which I'm gonna cut and do right away, and I mean, what the hell? We can do that. It's
Yeah.
overkill.
I like overkill. I'm
Okay.
really, really good at overkill.
Because normally I just do that with sheet metal, but chances are, looking at this now, because we've done such a big extension, when you mount this on a frame, you may put a middle cab mount in,
Right, yeah.
right? Just because this is quite a stretch.
Yeah.
And that's no big deal. That's what the newer trucks have, right?
Yeah. But I mean, if it's sitting on this, then I can easily. Can I mount it? to
Well,
that?
that's just sitting there.
Yeah.
That'll
Oh,
come
that's
out.
no. We're not going to keep that there.
No, we can do
You just
like
have that to hold the floor.
when you have these pieces in. Right? I mean, you can do something from here. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
We
Okay.
haven't-
There's lots of options.
yes, and again, that's where your expertise comes in handy.
Okay.
What do you want to do for
Yeah.
structural?
And those kinds of things I can worry about. Like I don't need.
Yeah.
The body work is that is where I need all the.
Yeah, and I mean that piece can
Your
stay in for
expertise.
now.
Yeah.
What I'm worried about is as we work, these things flattening out
Right.
from the weight.
Yeah.
There's a bit of strain on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we just have to pay attention. Once it's all tied together, we're good.
Okay.
So I would say your pieces here,
Mm-hmm.
you can go ahead and put in.
Okay.
You
Do you
can-
want me to? I'll trim this down first.
Yeah,
If
I
you
would.
want,
Well,
and then-
I would trim it.
To like 1 inch.
This
kind
is
of
your
thing?
call. I would leave like 3/4, and then we plug weld the piece
Okay.
on top.
Okay.
It's way quicker.
Yep.
It's a floor.
Yeah.
Lock weld
And
is
you'll never ever
perfectly
see it.
acceptable. I would
Okay.
never do that on an outer skin.
Right. Yeah.
But on floors, that's what the factory did, right?
Okay.
See, this is all overlapped and
Yeah, yeah.
welded.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So
yes.
leave 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
And then I could just drill some holes in it, and then
In the new piece, yeah, we have a hole punch actually.
perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
handy.
Really nice.
I'm going to be spending so much money on tools when I get home. I'm sure of it.
Right
Oh.
on. So yeah, once we get all that done, yeah, we can, once our skin's on, we get to cut over our braces and
Okay.
see whether you want to put seats forward or back or how much. This is a ton of freaking room.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went the extra.
Me
I
too.
wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But now it's a good
But now
idea.
that we're looking at it, I'm glad that I did too. I mean, it's going to be. I'm going to have to figure something out to make it not look wrong when I put a flat deck on the back.
Gotta
Now, I
be
think it actually
proportionate.
it has to be proportionate. So I think that when I build this flat deck for it, then it'll have to be. I don't know if I'm gonna get. I don't know.
It might
So
even
many
be
things.
where you have sides that are
Yeah,
angled
yeah.
to make it look proper.
Yeah, I just don't want it to look short and stumpy. That's all.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You can see. I will try to flatten out the edges with the wheel.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it. If it's going to take too much time, I'll just cut a new piece of steel.
Can you not cut an angle, like on this corner, you know,
You
and
could
then it would kind of flatten it, and then you could
piece it in.
put like they would come together, and then you could slice it. And
Well, they'd spread out probably. For it to come down, they would spread out. So if you
Right.
put a zip. But then the thing is, you always end up with that buckle. Where do you stop?
right, yeah,
So what I'm going to try to do is wheel it a bit flatter,
yeah.
and it might not work. And if it doesn't, I'll make a new one.
Perfect.
So that's what I wanted to see, so I can safely, you know, and like there's a lot of curve that happens in that last inch.
Yeah.
But I'm going to wheel it and see what happens.
We have what? There's only like an extra 2.5, 3 inches.
Right.
Overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now if I can make it flatter without destroying it,
Right.
and anything you do with the wheel you can undo.
Yeah.
It's rather difficult, but you can.
But it's possible.
So luckily I have some experience undoing some things that I've done.
Don't we all, Blair?
Play with this, and I
And I'll
think
play in here.
we're gonna play in there. I might start with this corner a bit more then.